Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Buenas noches, soy
Buenas
Daniel
noches.
Pineda.
Buenas
How are you?
noches, Senor Pineda.
Rich Masabni.
Hi, Rich. Hey, here we go with our second show in 2015, believe it or not, and hope you're staying warm out there. And the January thaw is on the way shortly. Hopefully we'll have a little bit warmer temperatures coming our way this weekend. Well, here we go with our second show in January 2015, news and our CBB file. Our EBG file with Adele, it's easy being green. Maybe we should just all say that in her honor.
Yeah.
It's
easy being green.
Adele is on assignment.
On assignment.
And she'll be back again later on for another show. Nort and his Brain Healthy Minute. Rich's reviews.
Hey, Rich.
Good stuff tonight,
got
Rich.
some books here, too.
And some books.
Right.
Got any food in there for us tonight?
About it, yeah.
And our News for Seniors segment, and that's it. That's our show. But before we begin, a social media reminder from my
Absolutely,
partner
Mr.
here.
Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number one, and also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News.
All right, thanks, Daniel. And we hope you're bearing up under the cold, and the cold flu bug has passed you over, and hopefully not to return again. Here we go with the first of our news items. We have breaking news of a reported explosion and fire in Falls Church's Eden Center Mall on Wilson Boulevard near Seven Corners. An EMS task force and other emergency crews were called to the scene. Initial investigations suggest that there was an accidental gas explosion in a utility closet of a jewelry shop called Princess Diamonds. 3 people were reported hurt with non-life-threatening injuries. According to Eden Center's website, it's a Northern Virginia's premier Asian center with around 120 stores, and it has been in existence for almost 40 years. Daniel.
Well, Craig, Delegate Rip Sullivan, a Democrat for Virginia 48th District, which includes part of Arlington, has filed 16 pieces of legislation, and he is barely into his first session in the Virginia General Assembly. Sullivan replaced Democrat Bob Brink in August. One of his biggest priorities is to reform Virginia's redistricting process so that it becomes nonpartisan. Virginia's General Assembly is controlled by Republicans. In a Washington Post article, Delegate Speaker William J. Howell, a Republican, noted he would resist changes to the redistricting process, even though Sullivan's redistricting process is consistent with the one proposed by Tom Davis, a retired Republican U.S. Congressman.
All right, Daniel, and next of our news items, well, coming up next Monday is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, so Monday, and for some lucky people, Friday through Monday are holidays. Several county and federal offices will be closed on Monday, January 19th. Of course, it's Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, Memorial Day. The day is to celebrate Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday and to celebrate the spirit of civil rights leader through volunteering. All federal and county offices will be closed. DASH and ART and Metro Rail will operate on Saturday schedules. Metro Bus will operate on Saturday supplemental schedules. So there's a heads up for you Metro Bus users for Martin Luther King Day coming up Monday. Daniel.
Well, Craig, in Arlington, the holiday period begins on Friday. That's January the 16th with Virginia's Lee Jackson Day, a holiday to celebrate the birthdays of Civil War Confederate generals Robert E. Lee and Thomas J. Stonewall Jackson. County courts in the DMV will be closed on both Friday and Monday.
All right, Daniel, and in more Arlington County news, Arlington County's manager, Barbara Donnellan, has appointed a new director for the Department of Community Planning, Housing, and Development. Stephen Cover will take over from Robert Brosnan, and he has been director since June of 2011. Cover will begin his duties on March 2nd of this year. Mr. Cover is a transplant. He's a real person, but he's originally from Madison, Wisconsin, where he worked as the Director of Department of Planning and Community and Economic Development since 2011. So we welcome Mr. Cover to Arlington County Government. Welcome, Daniel.
And congratulations.
And congratulations.
Well, National Board Certification is a voluntary assessment program that recognizes, encourages, and rewards teachers to strive for excellence. Well, in December, the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards announced that 19 Arlington Public School teachers earned National Board Certification. 5 have renewed their certification, and Arlington ranks 3rd in Virginia with 172 National Board certified teachers, and is tied for the 28th in the nation for the number of new National Board certified teachers.
All right, some more good news for schools here in Arlington. Arlington's Patrick Henry Elementary School was recently named one of Virginia's 2 2014-2015 National Title I Distinguished Schools. Patrick Henry was selected from the 40 high-achieving Title I schools honored by the Virginia Board of Education. The honorees exceeded federal annual measurable objectives for 2 consecutive school years. So congratulations to all those hard-working teachers and staff at Patrick Henry Elementary. Daniel.
Well, Craig, there are 2 opportunities for book lovers to win big at their local library. Well, if you vote for your favorite picture book of 2014, you could win a copy of the official Calder-Tot winning book. Visit the Central Library Youth Services desk to read their selection of nominees. Then fill out a voting slip or cast your vote online at library.arlingtonva.us. The Calder-Tot Medal is awarded annually by the Association for Library Services to children to the artist of the most distinguished American picture book for children. The medal is named after 19th century English illustrator Randolph Calder-Tot. Craig.
And in other library news, if you vote for your favorite chapter book of 2014, you could win a copy of the official Newbery Winning Book. Again, just look at the Central Library's nominee selection, then vote for your favorites at the Youth Services desk or online. The Newbery Medal is an annual award from the Association for Library Service to Children to the author of the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children. It's named after 18th century British bookseller John Newbery. Daniel.
Well, Craig, for years, Arlington had Virginia's lowest unemployment rate. That winning streak ended at the end of 2014, but only by the slightest of margins. According to Inside Nova, in November, Falls Church had the lowest jobless rate in the Commonwealth at 3%. Arlington's unemployment rate is 3.1%. Statewide, Virginia's unemployment rate fell from 4.8% in October to 4.5%.
All right, Daniel, and as we mentioned earlier, no EBG, Easy Being Green segment this week. Adele is on assignment in, where is she, Vermont? Did she go to Vermont? I think she went to Vermont on assignment. So we'll be expecting a report from her when she gets back.
Absolutely.
Here we go with our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board items now. Well, as we talked about earlier, Monday, January 19th, is Martin Luther King's birthday and Martin Luther King Day. If you want to volunteer but don't know exactly where to go or what to do, you can contact Arlington's Department of Parks and Recreation. They need volunteers to assist at the department's annual Martin Luther King Day event on Sunday, January 18th. That'll be held at Washington Lee High School. If you're 14 years of age or older, then they need research and craft support to create posters advertising the event, to provide educational material on civil rights in Arlington in Dr. King's time, and help usher guests and support food drives. For more information and to sign up for this volunteer opportunity, give them a call. Here's their number, 703-228-4730. Daniel.
Well, Craig, Arlington Partnership for Affordable Housing offers educational and beneficial programs to low-income adults at various properties through its resident service program. Well, in addition, they offer meals and child care to support parents enrolled in their programs. If you're over 15 years old and are interested in helping to look after the children, then email volunteer@apah.org. Volunteers are needed on Mondays from 6:15 p.m. until 8:45 p.m. and dinner will be provided.
All right, that's always good news for volunteers. Another one of our CBB items, well, Doorways for Women and Families needs volunteers for their domestic violence safe house. The overnight shift, which runs from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., they need volunteers to answer the hotline and help sheltered residents. Volunteers are asked to cover one overnight shift per month. The goal of Doorways for Women and Families is to help people have domestic violence and homelessness situations and transition to safe and stable lives. For more information on this volunteer opportunity, give them a call. Here's their number, 703-504-9284. Daniel.
Well, Craig, it's time once again for Arlington Independent Media's Rosebud Film and Video Festival. Since 1990, the event has showcased D.C., Maryland, and Virginia media artists and their work. Winners may get cash prizes, promotional opportunities, and public screenings of their productions. This year, the event will be on Saturday. That's January the 24th at 12:30 p.m. at Artisphere's Dome Theater. The cost is $10 per person to attend. Visit artisphere.com or arlingtonmedia.org/rosebud for more information.
And just as a heads up on that, the showings will take place Saturday at the Artisphere, and then the awards ceremony will be held Sunday at the Artisphere. So you can, if you want to see the films that are entered for the Rosebud competition, stop down to the Artisphere on Saturday, and then Sunday will be the awards presentation and or banquet. I guess they have a little soiree going on, maybe some food too as well. Okay, here we go with more of our CBB items. Well, has anyone ever told you that you should be a comedian? Not lately. Would you like to try but don't know exactly how to get started with this business? Well, library manager and comedian Kirby Valadares is hosting a weekly workshop series to give newcomers to this field a taste of what it's really like. Every Thursday evening at the Central Library from 6:30 to 9:30. You can learn how to shape your act, meet local comics, and get a feel for the comedy scene here in Washington, and more. Each workshop ends with an open mic session at the Ballston Common Mall's Comedy Spot, and that's on Fridays at 7:30 in the evening. The workshop at the library will be held January 30th. For more information, if you think you'd like to exercise your funny bone, here's their number. Give them a call, 703-228-3708. All right, and we'll be back with Rich and his reviews right after we hear from Nort Beckerman and his Brain Healthy Minute. Here's Nort.
Hi, I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. Previously, I asked you to give your brain a name, something like Jeremy or Rachel. That gives you a little person to take care of, to determine what it needs, to get it healthy and functioning effectively. Are they processing new information, learning? If not, what are they interested in that would be fun? Does Jeremy or Rachel look a little peaked? Maybe they're not getting enough physical activity or water. Check their hydration level. They're probably pretty tired from fighting oxidants. It's a constant battle, and they only have limited internal protection. Have you been building their internal forces with antioxidants? If not, head for the fruits and vegetables. You'll hear them sounding the horn to charge and get rid of those oxidants. Wait, there's been damage done over time. You need to bring in the construction forces. They'll feel better with some omega-3 from cold water fish, walnuts, or flaxseed on their whole grain cereal. You don't need saturated fats or too much cholesterol. They'll take care of that. Look closely. Is Jeremy and Rachel tired? They're always working. You can give them a rest by meditating. It will perk them up and get them really doing some good stuff. Check it out. After all that work, you're going to be really tired and you need some rest. Have a good night's sleep. I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. I'll see you next time for a Brain Healthy Minute.
All right, thanks, Nort.
Thank you, Nort.
Don't forget, it's never too late to train your brain by eating right and exercising and learn something new. That's what they say. So we'll try that next week, maybe. Okay, before we get to our News for Seniors file, Mr. Rich Masabi down here at the end of the table is ready to go?
Hey, Rich.
Take it away, Rich.
Ready. Hey, the American Century Theater is in its final season after about 20 years. At Gunston, last weekend they put on their production that will last there for a few weeks, really through January 31. Cop shows, which are very relevant in these times, as you know. One of them is called Cops, and these guys are in a diner eating, and then some crook comes in, holds up somebody, whatever, and is shooting and everything. It's pretty darn good. That's one of them, and the other one is Hello Out There, written by William Sarayan. There's a very appealing black guy who's in jail for some reason, and anyway, he's interacting with a young girl who cleans the place up. Very nice, very wholesome. But anyway, it's touching, actually. But he's eventually shot. Was it necessary? You think of the Cops, trigger happy, that kind of thing. Stephen Jarrett directed Cops, and Ellen Dempsey did the Hello Out There with the guy who just got shot. It runs through January 31 at Gunston 2. For information, call 703-998-4555 or check the website at americancentury.org. And here I have just a few books that have come to me, and I just thought they were good enough to mention. One of them is by Dr. Tanya Heller. She's a local MD. This is the book right here. It's You and Your Doctor. And she gives some tips on maybe how to deal with your physician. There's an 800 number here, 253-2187. And it's, as I said, I've had her on the phone. She's board-certified pediatrician and the medical director of Washington Center for Eating Disorders. Anyway, this is kind of interesting book, and it's put out by McFarland Health Topics. Another book I got is Fielder's Choice. Here, I want to show you this, by J. Mark Hart. This is a book talking about the civil rights movement, this kind of thing, and he intersperses baseball things in there too. But it brings you back to the time when blacks and whites were fighting and things like that. In modern times, it's a very interesting book about our times, and it's set in Birmingham, Alabama, and but they throw baseball in with this too. And then finally, you're talking about food and all. There's an interesting book by Liz Pearson. It's called Broccoli, Love, and Dark Chocolate. And she has wonderful ideas in here, different things. I mean, besides talk about pregnant women need fish and stuff like that. She has everything on alcohol, whatever it is, calcium and how you get it, the best way of getting it. It's a definition of a healthy snack. It's just loaded with good stuff, and covers across the board. And but she's big on broccoli, and this is the book you can get. It's by Liz Pearson, Broccoli, Love, and Dark Chocolate. And they got a number. You want more information? 646-801-7477. And that's all I got to say today. I wanted to get the word out on the books.
I like that. That's a nice combination.
Yeah.
Broccoli, Love, and Dark Chocolate.
How can you go wrong?
How can you go wrong with a book like that?
Yeah,
Any of those.
Yeah.
In various combinations.
And and this one here, You and Your Doctor, A Guide to Healing Relationship with Physicians' Insights. Very good, very good. Maybe you go to a doctor's office, and you feel when you left a place, as so many do, frustrated. right?
Right. You've been doing some reading.
That's true.
A lot of reading.
That's
yeah.
true.
Good for you. All right, thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Okay, as promised, now our News for Seniors file, News for Seniors glasses on. Here we go. Virginia Lillis Smith is author of The Village and the Pike. Will discuss everyday life in the 40s and 50s in South Arlington. Ms. Smith will cover the history of Arlington Village and the surrounding area. That'll take place Thursday, January 23rd at 1 in the afternoon at Walter Reed Senior Center. To register and find out more about it, give them a call. Here's their number, 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Well, Craig, cruise ship holidays can be made more enjoyable when you know the rules and know what questions to ask before signing up. Peter Himmelsberger, an experienced cruise ship traveler, will discuss what he's learned on Wednesday, January the 21st at 1 p.m. at Langston Brown Senior Center. Topics include what you need to know before boarding a cruise ship, how to select a cruise line, and pricing. Call to register at 703-228-6300.
All right, Daniel, also on our News for Seniors file, the American Red Cross recommends that seniors create a personal support network of people as part of their emergency preparedness plan. Patsy Ann Misiti, is that right? I'm sorry. From Seniors Living Well will lead a workshop on how to build just such a network. Program will take place Thursday, January 22nd at 1 in the afternoon at Lee Senior Center. For more information and to register, give them a call. Their number, 703-228-0555. Daniel.
Well, a representative from the Arlington County Department of Transportation will meet with seniors for a Transportation at a Glance presentation. That's on Monday, January the 26th at 1 p.m. Culpeper Garden Senior Center. Well, the program is an overview of the many transportation services available in the county, plus options for seniors with special needs. Call Culpeper Garden to register. That's at 703-228-4403.
All right, Daniel, and also News for Seniors. Would you like to take a tour of the world's most famous art museums without leaving Arlington? Well, you can do that here with art historian Joan Hart. She'll present a virtual tour of countless paintings, sculptures, and other media in museums around the world at Lee Senior Center. This event, there's a slight charge for this one, $6, which is nominal, and that will be held Monday, January 26th at 1 in the afternoon. For more information and to register, call Lee Senior Center, and here is their number, 703, it's on your screen there, 228-0555. And as always, thanks to Judy Masabny of OSAP, the
Thank you,
Office
Judy.
of Senior Adult Programs, for helping us out and sending us these announcements. And just as a point of clarification, with Rosebud coming up this weekend, the viewing of the entries into the Rosebud Film Competition will be at the Artisphere, and then I misspoke earlier, and the awards ceremony will be held at Clarendon Ballroom. So in case you're wondering, they won't be at the same place. So the viewing for all of the films, and there's quite a list of them, will be coming up Saturday from 1 to 6 at the Artisphere, and then the awards ceremony is Sunday evening from about 7 to 10 o'clock at Clarendon Ballroom. And if you have any, do you have a number for them? If you have any more information, you can probably check their website, I would imagine. Yeah. So anything else to add before we go?
That should do it, Craig.
Anything else down there in the end, Mr. Book Reader? Well, this we're missing Adele. She'll be back hopefully
Next
from
week,
her
yeah.
assignment in Vermont.
More like vacation,
next
Craig.
week. Well,
Come on,
you
man.
know, I'm trying to be nice now here, and we hope you're bearing up under the cold weather, and that the January thaw is on the way, and that the cold and flu bug has passed over your.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully, you're through that now and maintaining a healthy January. So next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Have a safe week. Take care. Bye.